Hey guys, I really need your opinion on something. Imagine this, you've been with a man for 10 years. 10 years. You've built a whole life together, 2 kids, a house, late nights, holidays, all of it. And one day he looks at you and says, I want a DNA test. I need to know if those kids are really mine. What would you do? Like, be honest. Comment down below because I honestly don't even know how to process that. When he said it to me, I froze. My brain just stopped. Then it hit me. Like a truck. Humiliation. Anger. This wave of, how dare you? I mean, I've never cheated. Ever. I carried 2 babies for this man. I nursed them, I stayed up nights while he slept, I gave him everything. And he looks at me like he doesn't believe me? Like 10 years of my life don't mean anything? I went to the bathroom, locked the door, sat on the floor and cried into a towel so the kids wouldn't hear. I felt worthless. Like I'd been kicked in the chest. And here's the crazy part, we weren't some broken couple. We were the perfect family, or at least I thought we were. Let me give you some context. My name's Sarah. I'm 32. We met in college, well, community college. Josh was 2 years older, calm, reliable, the kind of guy that makes you feel safe. We dated, we got married, we started our little life. We rented this tiny apartment at first, and I still remember the day we got the keys to our first house. He carried in a box, set it on the floor, sat down in the empty living room, looked at me and said, Sarah, this is where we're gonna be happy. And we were. Our son Ben was born 3 years later. Josh was over the moon. I can still see him holding Ben, singing stupid little songs, fumbling with diapers like he was defusing a bomb. And I thought, God, I am the luckiest woman alive. 2 years later, our baby girl arrived. She's 8 months old now. And while adjusting to 2 kids, I even started my little business. I rent a small space and do vacuum massage for women with bad swelling or lymphatic problems. A lot of new moms come in and it feels good to help. Life was normal. Happy. Safe. And then the neighbor moved in. You know the type. Young, cute, always on her phone, yoga pants every day. At first, I didn't think anything of it. But then I started noticing Josh talking to her a lot. Taking out the trash, boom, they're laughing by the driveway. Mowing the lawn, and suddenly she needs to check her mail. And here's the thing, every single time I walked out and approached them, the conversation died. Like someone hit mute. I told myself I was paranoid. Until one day, I came home from work and literally bumped into her at my front door. She was leaving. I said, hey? What are you doing here? And she just smiles and goes, oh, I was just asking for salt. Then she ran off. I stood there like, salt? Who just walks into someone's house for salt when we have a neighborhood group chat? Something in my gut twisted. I didn't have proof yet, but I think that's the moment my heart knew. Sarah, something's really, really wrong. So after that, the salt incident, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'd be nursing my baby in the rocking chair at night and my brain would just run in circles. Why was she in my house? Why did Josh let her in? Was I just overreacting? I didn't want to be that paranoid wife. I didn't want to become, that woman who stalks her own husband because she doesn't trust him. But a little voice in my head kept saying, Sarah, something's off. Trust your gut. And then the late nights started. Josh always used to come straight home after work. Family dinner at 6:30, kids bath time, a little Netflix after. But suddenly he's working late. Or running errands. And when he'd finally come home, his hair smelled like her perfume. I didn't know what brand it was, but it wasn't mine. I remember the night I broke. I had just finished cleaning up the kitchen and I saw him outside. It was like midnight. He was standing by the fence and she was there. In her stupid little hoodie and leggings. They were standing close. Way too close. And when I slid the curtain back just a tiny bit, he touched her arm. I swear to God, my stomach just fell to the floor. I didn't sleep that night. The next day, I did something I never thought I'd do. I followed him. He said he was going to the hardware store. I waited 10 minutes, packed the kids in the car and drove. And there he was. Not at Home Depot. Not at Lowe's. But parked 2 streets over in her driveway. I can't even explain it. Like every single bone in my body went cold at once. Like my ears were ringing and I couldn't hear anything except my own heartbeat. I didn't even get out. I just drove back home. And I sat on the bathroom floor, holding my baby, shaking. I wanted to scream. I wanted to call him. I wanted to throw every piece of his clothing in the yard. But I didn't. I just waited. Came home 2 hours later, all casual like nothing happened. He kissed me on the forehead and said, long line at the store. I wanted to throw up. 2 days later, he dropped the bomb. He came into the kitchen while I was feeding the baby and said, Sarah, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. Just like that. 10 years. 2 kids. My entire world collapsed in one sentence. I asked him, leaving for who? But I already knew. He didn't even deny it. He said her name. And that was it. He packed a bag, walked out and went to live 2 streets away with our neighbor. That night, I just sat on the living room floor and stared at the family photos on the wall. Our wedding picture. Kids in matching pajamas last Christmas. The ultrasound photo of our daughter. I felt like my life had been set on fire. And here's the messed up part. I still love him. I hate him. But I love him. I keep looking at the door, half expecting him to walk back in and say it was all a nightmare. Because as much as he broke me, he's my kid's dad. He's the man I built my life around. I even thought, if he came back right now, I'd probably forgive him. I'm telling you guys all of this because I don't know what to do. Do I fight for him? Do I wait and hope he realizes what a mistake he made? Or do I finally accept that my marriage is over and try to move on for my kids? I'm exhausted. I've got a newborn. I'm running my little massage business just to pay the bills. And every night I still cry myself to sleep. I need someone to tell me, am I a fool for still loving him? Would you forgive him? What would you do if you were me? I don't think I've slept a full night since he left. I'll be honest. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying everything. Every smile. Every kiss. Every I love you he ever said. And then I replay that moment in the kitchen when he said, I can't do this anymore. It's like whiplash. How do you go from being my husband, my safe place, to being a stranger living 2 streets away with the woman who ruined our home? And the worst part? I still have to see him. He comes by to pick up the kids, and every time, I feel like my heart is being ripped out all over again. Kids get so excited. Daddy's here. They run to him, and I have to stand there and pretend I'm not breaking inside. I caught myself fixing my hair once before he came over. Like I was hoping he'd notice me. How pathetic is that? My business is the only thing keeping me from completely falling apart. I rented this tiny little room downtown, barely big enough for my massage chair and machine, vacuums and cups and all my tools. I do lymphatic drainage and vacuum massage for women with swelling or after pregnancy. It's supposed to help them feel lighter, prettier, healthier. And sometimes when I'm massaging a client and she's talking about her life, her husband, her kids, her stress, I just want to cry. 'Cause a year ago that was me. Happy. Stable. Loved. Now I'm massaging strangers while my own marriage lies in pieces. Last week he came to drop the kids off and I saw it. Her perfume. On him. Again. And I just snapped. I said, do you even think about what you've done to us? To me? To the kids? And he just shrugged. Like I was nothing. Like 10 years of my life meant nothing. I think that hurt even more than the cheating. The fact that he can look me in the eye and act like I'm disposable. I keep wondering what's wrong with me. Why wasn't I enough? I gave him 2 beautiful kids. I supported him through every job, every bad day, every dream he had. I even started working right after giving birth just to help with the bills. And he still chose her. I swear, sometimes I want to march to that house, bang on the door, and scream at both of them. But then I look at my babies and I stay quiet. The other night, after I put the kids to bed, I poured myself a glass of wine and just broke down on the kitchen floor. I talked out loud. Like I was talking to him or maybe to myself. I said, I forgive you. I take you back. Just come home. And then I hated myself for it. 'Cause why should I forgive someone who destroyed me? Guys, I need your help. I feel like I'm living in 2 worlds. One where I'm a strong single mom building a business, holding my head high. And one where I'm a broken wife, still waiting for him to walk back through that door. Do I let him go? Do I keep the door open? Do I try to forgive the unforgivable? I love him. I hate him. And I don't know how to be me anymore. Please. What would you do if you were me? You know what's crazy? Some nights I dream he comes home. Like, I hear the front door open and his voice calling out, Babe, I'm home. And for just a second I feel safe again. Then I wake up to an empty bed. To silence. To the sound of my own heart breaking all over again. A couple of days ago, something happened that I can't get out of my head. I was taking the trash out and I saw her. The neighbor. The girl who ruined my life. She was walking to her car, all casual, like she didn't just destroy a family. And she smiled at me. Like this smug, satisfied little smile. Like she won. I froze. My hands were literally shaking. I wanted to scream. Do you feel proud of yourself? Do you feel good knowing my kids cry for their dad at night? But I didn't. I just stared at her. And she got in her car and drove away. Later that night, after I put the kids to bed, I called my best friend, the only person who knows the full story. I said, I swear to God, I think I'm going insane. I want to confront her. I want to confront him. I can't keep living like this. And she said, Sarah, you need to decide if you want to fight for him or fight for yourself. But you can't do both. That hit me like a truck. 'Cause I don't even know what I want anymore. I keep thinking about our life before all this. Sunday mornings in bed with the kids jumping all over us. Cooking dinner together, him stealing bites while I yelled at him to wait. Dancing in the kitchen to old songs we loved in college. Feels like that was another life. Like that girl, the happy wife, the loved mom, doesn't exist anymore. Yesterday, he texted me for the first time in a week. Can I come get the kids at 3? No, how are you? No, I miss you. No, nothing. Just business. Like I'm a babysitter, not his wife. But when he came to the door, I broke. I said, do you even care that I still love you? That I'm here waiting for you like an idiot? And he just looked at me. Like he wanted to say something, but he didn't. Then he walked away. I swear that silence hurt worse than if he'd yelled at me. So here I am, guys. talking to strangers on the internet because I don't know who else to talk to. I don't know if I'm the fool for still hoping, or if I'm strong for even surviving this long without falling apart completely. Would you fight for a man who did this to you? Would you wait, or would you finally let go? You know what I did last night? I drove past their house. Yeah, I became that woman. Kids were asleep in the back seat and I don't even know why I turned down that street. Maybe I wanted to torture myself. The lights were on. I could see shadows moving behind the curtains. And it hit me. That's his life now. Not here. Not with us. He's probably sitting on her couch, laughing, eating the dinner she cooked, kissing her the way he used to kiss me. And I'm just outside in the dark with our kids in the car like some kind of ghost. I went home and sat in the kitchen for hours. I stared at the fridge, at all the photos. Our wedding, the kids' first birthdays, the stupid selfies we took on road trips. I couldn't take it. I ripped them down. Every single one. I sat on the floor surrounded by photos of a life that doesn't exist anymore. And I cried like I've never cried before. Not quiet tears. Ugly, shaking, chest-hurting sobs. Kind that make your neighbors probably wonder if they should call someone. And in the middle of all that, I felt this tiny kick. My baby. My little boy, moving inside me like he was reminding me I'm still a mom, I'm still alive, I still matter. I swear, that's the only thing that stopped me from breaking completely. The next day, I went to my little studio, my vacuum massage business. There was this client, maybe 35, super sweet, who comes in every week because she struggles with swelling after surgery. She laid on the table and said, "You look tired. Are you okay?" And I don't know what came over me. I broke down and told her everything. And you know what she said? "Sarah, let him go. Let the trash take itself out." I laughed through my tears because, God, she's right. But my heart doesn't listen to logic. I keep imagining he'll show up. That he'll knock on the door, fall to his knees, and say he's sorry, he was stupid, he wants his family back. And I would forgive him. I know I would. I'm still that woman who loves him more than she loves herself. And I hate that about me. So, I'm here again talking to you guys. Because I don't know what else to do. Do I fight for my marriage? Do I fight for a man who left me for a girl next door? Or do I finally pack up what's left in my heart and walk away for me and my kids? I need someone to tell me I'm not crazy. I need to hear what you would do. Because right now, I feel like I'm disappearing. I don't even know what came over me. Maybe it was the third night of barely sleeping. Maybe it was staring at that empty side of the bed. Maybe it was just rage finally boiling over. I put on a hoodie, grabbed my keys, and drove to her house. It was just after 8 p.m. Kids were with my mom because I couldn't keep pretending everything was okay anymore. I parked down the street and walked up to their driveway. My heart was pounding so loud, I swear I could hear it in my ears. I didn't even knock. I banged. 3 times. Hard. The door opened, and there he was. My husband. Wearing the same t-shirt he used to wear to bed with me. And behind him, her. The neighbor. Holding a glass of wine like this was the most casual thing in the world. I lost it. I don't even remember every word, but it was a mix of screaming and crying. How could you? How could you do this to me? To the kids? 10 years. 10 years. And you throw it all away for this? He tried to pull me aside, whispering, "Sarah, calm down. The kids could." And I snapped. The kids? You care about the kids now? When you left them to play house here? The neighbor had the nerve to step forward and say, "Maybe you should leave. You're making a scene." I laughed. I actually laughed like a crazy person. "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I ruining your little fantasy life with my husband?" I could see him getting angry now, embarrassed maybe. He said, "This isn't helping anyone. Just go home." And for a second, I thought about it. About walking away like a good little discarded wife. But I didn't. I leaned in, looked him straight in the eye and said, "I hope she's worth losing everything for." Then I walked away. Didn't even slam the door. Just walked to my car and drove off while shaking so hard I could barely hold the wheel. That night, I lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. No tears left. No screams. Just empty. I kept thinking about my kids. How one day they might ask me why Dad doesn't live with us anymore. And I'll have to choose between protecting their little hearts and telling them the truth. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be that mom who poisons her kids against their dad. But God, it hurts. So here I am again talking to you guys. Because I have no one else to say this to. I still love him. I still imagine he'll come back. I still dream about the life we had before she ever existed. But maybe I need to let go. Maybe I need to save myself before there's nothing left of me to save. So tell me, what would you do? If you were me, the wife, the mom, the fool still in love with a man who chose someone else, would you forgive? Or would you finally close the door and never look back? Because tonight, I just don't know anymore. You know, I used to think stories like mine only happened in movies or on those online confession forums. I never imagined I'd be that woman. The one crying into her pillow while her husband plays house 2 streets over. And the worst part? I keep blaming myself. I replay every moment of the past year. When I was exhausted after giving birth, did I stop being fun? When I opened my little massage business, did I make him feel ignored? When I trusted him enough to never question his late evenings outside, did I basically hand him to her? I hate that I'm even thinking like this. 'Cause it's not my fault. I didn't cheat. I didn't sneak around. I didn't destroy our family. He did. And yet every time I look at my babies, I see him. I see the man I thought I married. The man who used to kiss my forehead in the mornings and call me his world. And I wonder if that man ever really existed or if he was just a dream I wanted to believe in. Yesterday, he came by to pick up some of his stuff. He wouldn't even look me in the eyes. I asked him if he's happy. You know what he said? I don't know. Can you imagine that? He destroyed our family and he doesn't even know if it was worth it. So here I am talking to you strangers on the internet. Because I don't know how to move forward. I don't know if I should fight for him or fight for myself. A part of me wants to scream. Come home. I'll forgive you. We can fix this. Another part wants to slam the door and never let him back in. I'm stuck between love and self-respect. Between the past I can't let go of and the future I'm terrified to face alone. If you were me, what would you do? Would you forgive a man who broke everything but still owns your heart? Or would you let him go and try to rebuild yourself from the ashes? Please leave a comment. Because right now, I feel like I can't make this decision alone.